Hey, professionalism. The key hidden attribute in all of the hidden attributes in terms of getting your wonder kid from their current ability to their potential ability. But just how important is professionalism? What if we had professionalism at 1, but every other hidden attribute at 20? And then vice versa, every hidden attribute at 1 and professionalism at 20 for 2 opposite squads. Well, fear not, ladies and gentlemen, that question is going to be answered today because I'm here with another team squad hidden attribute experiment. Let's get into it and see just how important professionalism is. We've seen in other experiments, we know how important professionalism is, but is it actually the be-all and end-all? 2 teams in League 2. I didn't want to get one of them stuck in the Vanarama National League by missing out in the playoffs, so we've gone to League 2. 110 current ability, 200 potential ability for both squads, Salford and Stockport County. Now, Salford are the team with 1 professionalism, 20 for everything else. Stockport County, 1 for everything else, 20 for professionalism. But dirtiness at sort of mid-range. And injury proneness is down at 1 as well. We don't want them all getting injured because, that would just be a bit game-breaking and it's just a bit meh. I've also given them 20 facilities, 20 youth facilities, 20 junior coaching, but I've given youth recruitment of 1 because I don't want any youngsters coming through. As ever, we've got a future transfer to Saudi Arabia, and of course, we've got a transfer embargo to 2045. They're all 17 years old, and both teams are expected to go up from League 2 at the first time of asking. Salford, hands down, the favourites. Stockport, expected to go up in second place. So, is that going to be the case? Well, let's jump through to the end of the first season and find that out. Now, would you look at that? I've just sorted the entire shortlist by current ability. And there's a couple of Stockport players that are down low. But by and large, it's all Stockport who are up high. That being said, it was Salford that won the league on 97 points. Stockport down in 3rd on 80 points. Now, that is automatic promotion in League 2. But AFC Wimbledon splitting the 2 teams and Stockport nearly missing out and going into the playoffs because Wrexham are only a point further back. Now, I didn't expect that when I saw the 2 squads. Look at this. Let's do this. So 130s for a lot of the Stockport side. Nowhere near 130 for Salford. Their best is 124, and they've got as many in the 120s as Stockport do in the 130s. So Stockport have got 10 attribute points on Salford straight away. They've got the same facilities as Stockport. They've lost 1 in their youth facilities already, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So I'm very surprised that Salford have done so well in the league, despite the fact that their squad is considerably worse. Interesting. Season preview, Salford, once again, favoured to win the league. Stockport, expected to finish 2nd, despite the fact that they've got the majority of the media Dream 11. So, 2025, here we go. And look at this, it's gone from strength to strength, and we can see here, spoiler, Stockport in the championship. So has Salford, so they've both gone up. Stockport in the 150s and 140s. We've got 1 at 136 for Salford. Sorry, 2 at 136. Then we're going down to the 132s, and then we're slipping into the 120s, and that's where Salford are sort of stuck. So let's have a look at Salford. 2 at 136, 3 at 132, 2 at 131, 1 at 130, and the rest in the 120s or lower. Stockport County, on the other hand, they haven't got a player below 130. Yes, they do. They've got a couple of players who are in the youth teams. But all their players are up in the 130s, 40s, and 50s already. That's absolute madness. And again, I expected Stockport to run away. Based on how good their team is, you'd expect Stockport to win the league. Now, they have won the league, but they've only beaten Salford by 3 points. Now, Salford have got a very good side for League 1. So, I don't know how I feel about that, but the fact that Salford won the first season, and now Salford's upper echelon of players, some of their better players in the squad, are the worst players in Stockport's squad. No player from Salford would be getting into the Stockport County team. Not one. I mean, you've got Stockport wing of 3 here, 1, 5, 7. I mean, okay, some of the hidden attributes are changing slightly, but not a lot. Everything's still down at the 1s, and it's just professionalism that's carrying them through. I feel consistency, important matches, and versatility is just a bit of a consistent mover for the entire squad, really. Yeah, a couple of seasons, couple of attributes, but everything else staying at 1. I mean, Salford are still here with 1 professionalism. Should we put professionalism in here? Yeah, so no one's changed their professionalism at all. All 1s over here for Salford. And I'm sorry, 136 is decent championship level, but it's not top championship level. There's going to be plenty of players. I would be surprised if Salford aren't even expected to finish in the top, even in the playoff picture. Let's have a look at what the media are predicting. I think Stockport are going to be favourites to go up. Well, shut me up. Brentford, favourites to go up, and they're in the Europa League. So it's because they've just won the Conference League and come down. They've got players in the 150s and 140s. Okay, so they're on a par with us. Salford, we've seen the players in the 130s. Let's have a look at Leeds. 140s, 130s. So considerably better, Leeds are. Not sure why Salford have been given such a lofty prediction, but hey, they might go up. Let's see. 2026, here we come. Okay, so Stockport have won the championship on 101 points, by 11 points ahead of Southampton. Brentford went up in the playoffs. Salford never made the playoffs. They actually finished in 7th, getting 69 points. Now, to be honest, that was Stoke. Salford got 74 points, only a point away from the playoffs, and had a better goal difference. I think Salford have overachieved there. I genuinely think they've overachieved there. They've got players up at 140 and in the 130s now. Are they hitting a limit, or is that just coincidental? Not too sure with that one. Not too sure with that one at all. Dave Challoner is loving life at Stockport County, and he's got 2 players in the 170s. These players are getting capped already by England. Gareth Southgate still in charge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in the England squad already, and deservedly so. Deservedly so. They're some of the better players in the squad. I do find it interesting, though, how well the other team, Salford, how well they are actually still progressing, despite the fact that they have one professionalism. So it does go to show that other attributes do help get you to where you want to be. That being said, Stockport being so far and away with no other hidden attributes. So again, does it show that? Do they help? Would Stockport be getting there any quicker? Maybe the league would be limiting them. I'm not sure. Not too sure on that one. But the competition of the league will limit them at some point. I mean, getting to the 170s from the championship is pretty unheard of, to be honest, especially in these experiments. So, yeah. So now this is the first time in the experiment that we are in separate divisions. The media think Stockport are going to finish 9th after getting promoted. Is this where Stockport come unstuck? Hell no. Champions League football all day, I'm telling you. And Salford are expected to win the championship. Not so sure. Go and see if they do. They didn't. 7th again. 7th again. This time it was very tight at the top of the championship. Norwich, Fulham and Hull, a point separated them, and then 2 points further back, Burnley and Ipswich. Ipswich winning in the playoffs. We missed out on the playoffs on goal. Well, on what? Why did we miss out? Us and Leeds, 6th and 7th, identical goals scored, identical goals against. We've won more. Did we lose? Did we lose to Leeds? We did. Did they lose to us, or was it a draw? Head-to-head record. Leeds beat us and drew. That might be the reason. That might be the reason. Oh dear. So Salford, another season in the championship. Oh, they've got Poch in charge. Carl Robertson got sacked for not getting promoted from the championship. Brought him up from League 2. Right, Salford right back's got his professionalism up at 2, as has Salford centre back. But they seem to be all hitting a peak and a limit at 140. So is that the professionalism? Is that the championship sort of working in conjunction to give them a hard cap at 140? Something's happening. We didn't get Champions League football. Did I say Champions League football, or did I say Europe? I meant to say Champions League football. So if I did say Europe, technically I was correct, but I was actually meant to say something else, so I was actually wrong. That it does make sense. I'm being very honest here. I could claim, oh, what a genius, I said we'd get Europe. No, I meant Champions League. I might have even said Champions League, and this is all irrelevant, and you're thinking, and you're just sat there going, Jay, you did say that, you dickhead. Carry on with the video. Apologies. 6th place then, Europa League football, missing out against Chelsea by 3 points. Chelsea and United getting Champions League football in 4th and 5th, both on 62 points. Then a good 14, 15, 16, 17 points clear are Arsenal, Liverpool and Man City respectively. Man City winning the league. Pep still in charge. Mikel Arteta has just been sacked. He's actually won the Champions League as well. Twice. And the league 3 times. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. The Stockport County team then. Oh, Jesus, look at that. Only 2 players below 140 in this first team. And all those are in the 130s. They'd get into the Salford squad. Look at this. 190 for the left back. 188 for the winger 3. 6 caps, 3 goals. 15 caps for our left back. Yeah, very good indeed. Very impressive with how Stockport are doing. And what do the media think of them? The media think they're going to finish 6th, which is where we did finish. Nah, I think we're going to do better than that. We are going to get into the Champions League this season. I feel it. Feel it in my fingers. And I feel it in my toes. Champions League is all around us. That's how the saying goes, right? Enough of the wet interlude. Let's go to 2028. Excuse me. Just want to double check where Salford were expected to finish second in the media predictions this time around. Oh, Salford have improved somewhat. They're 5th. They've missed out in the playoffs. How did the playoffs go down then? So, oh, dearie me. Poch has had an absolute devastating time of it. A 2-1 win in the first leg against West Brom and a 2-1 win in the second leg, despite the fact that it was actually an extra time. West Brom brought it back to 2-2. 2 goals in extra time. And then twice behind, twice equalised, and then an abundance of missed. 1-0 up in the penalty shootout as well, having Lucas Asadi missing for Sunderland. And we then went on a missing spree, which let Dan Neil, Ryan Session and Dacho Fofana fire Sunderland into the Premier League. That's another season in the Championship. The season preview thinks Salford are going to go up as champions. So we've burst past the 140 hard cap for some of the players. Some of them are still stuck there, but we've gone past, we're in the 140s and 150s now. Those players seem to be the ones that have got 2 professionalism. So I feel that the 1 professionalism is holding some of them back. There's a logic there, I think. So we'll go with it. Anyway, speaking of the Premiership, we did get Champions League football, finishing 4th with Stockport, 71 points, 1 point clear of United and Newcastle, so it was very tight. Arsenal winning the league, Thomas Tuchel's brother with the job at Arsenal after Mikel was unceremoniously sacked. Brighton are up here in 3rd with Xabi Alonso in charge. Didn't expect that, but there you go. Tottenham have got Champions League football from 11th because they've clearly won the Europa League. And Liverpool have got Champions League football from 8th because they've clearly won the Champions League. So we're very lucky to have Champions League football from 4th, to be honest. Sometimes you get it Champions League football, Europa League football from 4th if there's plenty of other wins for other competitions elsewhere. So Champions League football and the squad, well, look at how good it is. And if this doesn't go to prove that professionalism is the be-all and end-all, what the hell does? Salford are floundering in the Championship, can't even get out of that division. Stockport thriving, and within, well, it's 2028 now, but by 2030, I will be expecting them to have won a league title. Let's go one more season, see if Salford can join them in the Premier League at last. Hey, we've won the league with Salford, 91 points to Sheffield United's 82 in second place. Quite a few, 3 professionalism for some of them. So the professionalism's going up, the attributes are going up. Salford are in the Premier League. And they're going to join Stockport, the league champions, who've won it by a singular point ahead of Arsenal on 85 points. Now, we've got to look at the final day of the season. So Arsenal won, and we won. Fine. Did Man City lose? No, they won as well. Alvin Sanchez. Poch still in charge of Salford, and as you can see here, in the 150s for a lot of their talents. League champion Stockport County. How many players are at 199? Just 7. Just the 7. How many players are in the England squad? That's what I want to know. Gerard Stuber. He's got a lot of Stockport players in there. Understandably so. Understandably so. I wouldn't have it any other way. Have they won anything? No. So, Stockport have won the league, but the media think they're going to finish 3rd this season, whereas Salford, who've just come up, the media think they're going to finish in a very respectable 11th. Let's see one more season of them being in the Premier League and see if that's the case before we do some bigger jumps. Well, they've both exceeded the media predictions. Salford came 10th instead of 11th, and Stockport once again winning the league, this time by 9 points. So first, let's check in on Salford. Poch is still there, and they've got some players on 3 and 4 professionalism, respectively. They're in the 160s for some of the players. I think they might win something before the experiment's out. I'd like them to win, it would be Carabao Cup or an FA Cup, or even a league. You never know. You never know, do you? Stockport, though, have got their 2nd league title. They also doubled that up with a Carabao Cup win, a domestic double in 2030. A 2-1 win against Manchester City, behind in the first minute, and then 2 goals in 3 minutes basically gave Stockport the win. Fantastic. No European trophies for Stockport as yet, but I feel like they're on the horizon. They've got such talent. So yeah, I feel like we're going to get more trophies for Stockport and maybe for Salford. We're all here to 2045 the players, so we're going to do 3 more jumps of 5 years apiece. Let's go to 2035. So the Salford team, well, they must have had a takeover. For some reason, there's been something where they've had I normally stop outside takeovers. I don't know why I haven't. So Salford have actually got themselves some other players, they've been signing people. And as you can see here, they've got an FA Cup and a Europa League to their name. Stockport County, though, have won the Premier League for the last 5 years in a row. They've got 2 Champions Leagues in 2033 and 2035. Now, they've not got a transfer embargo either. They've bought Endrick. Now, normally, I'd be saying maybe this has spoilt the experiment somewhat. Have I ruined the experiment by accidentally not doing the transfer embargo properly? You can tell how long it's been since I've done one of these type of transfer embargo experiments because, I've made a mistake. £251 million they paid for him from Real Madrid as well. But it just goes to show, doesn't it? The professionalism is just, by and large, the best hidden attribute going. As I say, 2 Champions Leagues, 5 Carabao Cups. Mental that they've not won an FA Cup. I can't believe they've not won an FA Cup. And Salford have. Run up to Arsenal there. Salford run up to Man United last season, and then they've won it against Sunderland this season. Well, craziness. Absolutely craziness. So in terms of the senior squad for Salford, a lot of their players are actually quite good. They've 186, 170s. Unfortunately, a lot of them have never really made it, and they're not playing anymore because we've been able to sign players. Dave Challoner's still in charge of Stockport. And in terms of the season preview, Stockport are going to win the league apparently, and Salford are going to finish in 6th. How have Salford been doing over the course of the last few seasons? Let's have a quick look at the last 5 years then. So 30-31, 10th, and Stockport had won the league. So that's 10th 2 seasons in a row for Salford. Then you got Europa League football. Again, 3 points clear for Stockport winning the league. 4-point win margin this time. 7th for Salford, but they got Champions League football. That's the season they won the Europa League very clearly. And they got 7th and Europa League football again this time in the 33-34 season. 15 points was Stockport's winning margin. And then it was 10 points for Stockport. They won the league by, and Salford came in 7th yet again. So Salford are quite consistently qualifying for the Europa League. They're a Europa League side. Despite the fact they've got some players that should be far and away better than that, it is what it is. Stockport are just smashing it because of, well, professionalism, right? 6 people at 199, another 6 at 198. Kenny Furtado, Alistair Rattray, the name that is. Zinedine Zidane is in charge of England. They are first in the world ranking. Have any Salford players got themselves into the England team? Salford centre forward 2 has. He's got 35 caps and 24 goals. Fair play to him. He's actually really good at 186. Yeah, fair play to him. Quite a few Salford players have got in, the ones in the 170s. So, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. They haven't won a trophy. They've not won an international tournament. It's 2035. These players have been in the squad. They must have been in the squad for... Goalkeeper 2's got 100 caps. What the hell? Right, let's go back. 26. So Stockport centre forward is scored here. Stockport winger has scored. So the players are in, and they're already really good. So by 2026, they're already playing. Lost to Portugal in the round of 16 in the World Cup. Euros, lost to Spain in the semi-final. Oh, lost to Norway. Oh, they lost in the World Cup final. Must have been favourites as well with those players. You thought there was no way they were going to lose that. Bang! There's your shit pun for the day. Pick that off your bingo card. Or dab your bingo card, whatever it is. I don't know. Oh, lost to Portugal after extra time in the finals of the Euros. So it's not been without its drama. And then we lost in the semi-final of the World Cup, and we won in the 3rd place playoff. So whilst I say they've not won a tournament, they've had 2 final losses, so run up twice and a 3rd place. So very close. Should be doing better, but we're not. It's 2035. 2040, here we come. You won 10-0 there. Who's this Jordan Cossington? He's not bad, is he? Not bad at all. Just casual 191 regen. FC Bayern were happy to take a £19 million loss on him after 3 phenomenal seasons. Don't get that. But whatever. Let's go to 2040. Now, they're 34 years old and the players are starting to decline. Stockport have won 4 of the last 5 Premier Leagues. Newcastle did win 1. Dave Challoner is still here. 7 Champions Leagues. They've won 5 in a row. 6 in a row, should I say. Newcastle there in 2033-34, beating Salford in the final of the Champions League. So Salford are actually getting somewhere. And Stockport, yeah, running up to Arsenal, actually. Did I notice that? I might have touched on it, but I'm not too sure. Definitely didn't touch on the fact that PSG beat this Blue Neri team. I don't know. Is it because it's new? Is it because it's new that it just looks so... it just sounds shit? Because zebra for Juve I look back on that with a fondness. Parthenope is crap, isn't it? But it's just become, it's just there now, isn't it? We just understand it's Parthenope. Like, is Blue Neri going to be that in 8-9 months' time? Oh, AC Milan. Well, they Kaskiewicz. God, the irony. Juventus, the team there, you know who they bloody are. Parthenope, Kaskiewicz, Blue Neri, Juventus. Right. Stockport won the league, Champions League, sorry, 5 more times. Premier League as well, 4 more times. They've finally won an FA Cup in 2037. Bloody hell. Beating Man City in the final, having lost to Newcastle in the final the season before that. Any more Carabaos? Oh, yeah. You better believe it. Another 4 Carabao Cups. Newcastle winning the 1 Carabao Cup. So Stockport are absolutely flying in terms of trophies. Dave Challoner is absolutely a club legend. You better believe it. Stockport winning 3. 115 caps for England, 30 goals, 529 games for Stockport, 167 goals. He is still at 181. Versatility and consistency have improved quite a lot, but everything else has still remained quite rubbish. Professionalism at 20. Salford, nowhere to be seen in terms of trophies. Just goes to show how important professionalism is. I think we all knew, but did we all know to this level? Let's just see how, well, they didn't even win the league. I was going to say how dominant they were. Salford getting Champions League football. 16 points, came back with a vengeance. Europa League for Salford. Champions League football for Salford, winning by 21 points though for Stockport ahead of Arsenal. Then Salford came second. Nice. Just 25 points behind Stockport. Then Stockport beating Newcastle by just 8 points there. 7th for Salford, slipping back down the table. And there we are at present day. Season preview, well, the media thinks that Stockport are going to win the league and Salford are going to come in 7th. Let's look at the Stockport squad. All their first team is still the superstars. They've still got Kendrick, they've got Kelly Furtado. He's like a bird, wants to fly away. Kelly Furtado? Nelly Furtado. Do you know, it's a very, very tenuous joke, isn't it? I thought it was Kelly Furtado. Right, Stockport Guard is still doing very well in the league. And their squad is still fantastic. And Salford, well, their best players are not actually our squad. Now, is that because they're not playing as many games, or is it because their professionalism is down and they are literally, well, to be fair, 9 professionalism for some of these guys. They're losing ability because they're not playing and whatever. I'm not too sure. Maybe the depreciation of the squad is being clouded by the fact that they've been able to sign players. Relegation is something I always like to see. And how far down the leagues they go. I think they're probably both going to survive because the media thinks they're going to stay up. The media thinks Salford are going to continue to get Europa League football. Well, let's go to 2045 and see what happens just as they're all about to leave. We'll go checking on Champions Leagues. Sorry, we'll check in on international football as well as the Ballon d'Or. Well. Stockport did win another league, and then they haven't won it for 4 years. They've not even finished in the top. Oh, Dave Challoner resigned. He went to become the England manager. Dave Challoner went to become the England manager. I don't know if England have won anything. Xabi Alonso came in, got sacked. Mikel Arteta was here for a year, got a Carabao Cup and was sacked. Rob Etherington's won the Europa League. That's what's been happening. We're both still in the Premier League. Salford are managerless. They've had quite a bit of a tumultuous time. Oh my God. So Vincent Kompany, the football manager cheat code, was here for 317 days. He came after Sergio Conceição had 5 trophies in 8 years and he left to go and become the manager of Manchester United. Vincent Kompany came in and they didn't give him the time to make his mark. I mean, no wonder he's bloody wanted. He's been the manager of Belgium. He's been the manager of Arsenal. Who wants him? Salford. Hey, in the famous words of Gary Barlow, whatever we said, whatever we did, we didn't mean it. We just want you back for good. Mike Mannion. He's a bloody good manager, isn't he? Manager of PSG at the minute. George Dobson's just been sacked. So where did we finish with Salford over the last few years? Oh, slipping down the league. Mid to lower mid-table. Stockport, on the other hand, outside of Europe. Maybe they got some European football there. Maybe Conference League. I don't know. Let's go back. Let's go and look at the stages. It's easier, isn't it? So they won the league. And then, of course, we got Champions League football because we probably won the thing. Champions League football from 5th. Europa League football from 6th. Salford mid-table, yeah. Hang on. Aston Villa getting Champions League football from 17th. All 3 teams that went down on 30 points, and then there was 3 teams ahead of them on 34. That's very satisfying, isn't it? Salford down in 15th, Stockport up in 4th. And that's where we are at in present day. Champions Leagues. 1 more Champions League for Stockport in the last 5 years. They've also won a Europa League. No, Carabao. Not Carabao. Conference League. Sorry. One more Carabao Cup. Man City have been winning the Carabao Cup 4 out of 5 times. You know, Chris has done his best. I wouldn't blame you for clicking off after that. And Stockport did actually get another FA Cup 5 years ago. But since the 2040-41 season and Dave Challoner left, sod all's happened. And they've got a lot of players. A lot of their players are no longer in the first team. They're actually, a lot of them have fallen by the wayside. I mean, they are 39. The fact that some of them are still at 154, 153 is quite impressive, to be fair. Salford, on the other hand, I'm sure their players are nowhere near. Their best two are 115 and 102. Only 2 of them over 100. And then you've got loads. I mean, look at this. Down in the 70s. Down in the 70s. Awful. Awful. So let's quickly check. We'll check on international football. We're checking on Ballon d'Ors. And then, of course, we've simulated forward just to see how they got on once all the players leave and they have a bit of money. Let's quickly do that then. International football. They were 3rd place in the World Cup, weren't they? And then they lost the Euros to Spain in the final. A nearly team, England, in this experiment. They won the 3rd place playoff in the World Cup yet again after another semi-final defeat to Argentina. England's bogey team here. They got revenge against Norway with a 6-2 win in the quarter-final. Beat Mozambique 9-0 on the way to that from the group stage. Quarter-final loss to Spain in 2040. Second round loss to Germany in 2042. No international tournament win at all for England. Marcus Bettinelli is the manager, and he looks pretty decent, to be fair. Yeah, 166, not bad attributes. Not bad attributes at all. No international trophies. That is criminal. I can't believe that. Especially how many Champions League Stockport won. You'd think surely that can just translate to international football. Nope. Golden Ball, we've got Stockport centre forward 3. He won the Golden Ball when he was 30, 34 and 43. And that's it. Just one Golden Ball. That's mental for a team that won the Champions League 8 times. And in terms of the all seasons Media Dream 11, we've got one player, Stockport right back. The goalkeeper's on the bench, and that's it. Are you being serious? 8 Champions Leagues, 12 Premier Leagues, 12 Premier Leagues in 13 years as well. Those Champions Leagues are pretty condensed. 8 in 10 years. Madness. Right, let's go to the end and just see what happens. Now, this simulated quite fast. We're actually 25 years further on. Stockport are there, 3rd in the Premier League. Salford are nowhere to be seen. So let's have a look at Stockport first of all. Domestic leagues. So since we were last here in the 2045 season, 2046-47, they actually won it. And they won it again in 49-50. So yeah, they've won a couple more Premier Leagues. They've won 2 more Champions Leagues. Let that be known. 59-60 and 57-58. Few runners up. But yeah, they've done some business. 3 more FA Cups. Salford run up in the FA Cup there to Cardiff. 4 more Carabao Cups. But unfortunately, this is all we're seeing for Salford. They're 5th in the Championship. They've yo-yoed. They've been up and down. And they've been mid-table for the majority. But they've been relegated on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 occasions. Promoted on 4. 2 Europa Leagues and an FA Cup to their name. That's it. That is it. So professionalism is absolutely insane. Stockport County won so many trophies and they had left a legacy and went on to carry on winning trophies after the fact, after we'd all left and sodded off. Didn't win any international tournaments though, but then there you go. So what can we take away from today's lecture class? Well, the personality types that have the word professional in are key for your Wonder Kids. You see a Wonder Kid, you think, he looks quite decent and he's professional. Get him. Bloody snap him up because he will hit that potential with a bit of game time and you can sell him on even if his potential isn't that great. There you go. I felt like it was going to be more profound than it was, but it just fizzled out, didn't it? Hope you enjoyed this one. Kind of interesting just to see the disparity and how well they did and how well Salford did not do. How bad Salford did, if that makes sense. Let me know in the comments down below any experiment ideas that you might have for the future. Like the video, subscribe to the channel and all that good stuff. Most importantly, take good care of yourselves, gang, and I'll see you soon.